going on, guys? You guys have been asking for a sprint car update. Well, here it is. Check it out. So, as far as the sprint car goes, this is the sprint car. Micro sprint, call sprint car, it's just easier. So here's the Hyper X6 updated to an X7 micro sprint. Most of the components on here are, of course, Hyper Black Series HPS. A lot of the parts that are on here now are just mock-up parts. They will all be brand new. See, like the tires still have dirt in them, stuff like that. So a lot of the tires and stuff in the rims are from old cars. They don't exactly work for this car, but all that will be replaced. So right now with the car, I'm in the mock-up stage, basically putting everything on the car to mock everything up, so that way I don't have to do any modification or anything like that, which I shouldn't have to regardless. You may be wondering why there's tape over the rear end and the front end. That is because when I was pulling the axles in and out, moving things around, I didn't want to scratch the frame as I was doing so. But as you see here, we've got AFCOs on all four corners. It's a coilover front and it's a bar rear. There's a wishbone setup. I have the adjustable Jacob's ladder with dual mounts, dual wing post mounts front and rear. Same thing as the other car. Fuel bladder. Hyper's got a really good setup with their cars. They're very nice to work on. They're very nice. They kind of followed a traditional like sprint car. They had the safety loop before like USCS, World of Outlaws and all that started issuing. We had to have an elbow bar. So they're already ahead of the game on that. So this compartment is a little bit tighter getting in, but once you're in it, you know, you see where this bar is, the back of it there gives you a lot more room. Just the car overall is a lot easier to work on. But front end, let's start with the front end. Again, coilover AFCOs all the way around. Full Hyper front axle. I believe it's a 40-inch. Wheels will be placed. It's got Hyper spindles. Everything on here is Hyper. It's got a Hyper left front brake on it with titanium hardware. And as far as titanium and stuff like that, a lot of the bolts and stuff on the car are titanium. I haven't upgraded everything yet. Again, all of these Heims and stuff are all mock-up. There's titanium there. There's titanium top and bottom there. Titanium pins there. Titanium bolts that come through. Titanium. Every shock holder and pin on here is titanium. So there's a lot of titanium on the car. And there's still a lot of other places to upgrade to titanium. The whole front end, all the bolts and stuff will also be titanium. It's lighter, it's stronger. Want to go with it, kind of save weight because I'm not the smallest nor lightest driver. The front end is full floating. The steering floats. Steering floats with the axle. So as you push down on the axle, on the frame, the axle moves with the frame, so it's independent. Rear end is wishbone. There is no Z-link setup. So what you do here is arm comes out into adjuster bar, which then comes up to the bird cage, which keeps the rear end pretty much true and square and a straight up and down. There's no more twisting of the rear end with a Z-link system. And again, even my torsion stops, everything's titanium here. A lot of titanium. The Jacob's ladder bar will all be titanium pin. I've already started putting a little bit of titanium up top here, same thing on the bottom. Just going to place the 2 pins on the inside. I actually have another Jacob's ladder to go in this car. That one will be pulled out. It's a multi-link Jacob's ladder we'll be putting in there. Give us more adjustment at the track. But another reason why too I like the hypers is everything's easy to work on. Like all my shocks are literally just, you unpin them, pull it out, shock slides right off, both top and bottom. And hyper, they give you the option, you could change the shock rate by moving this little shock standoff forward or back on the arm. So you're changing, I guess, the leverage on it, so you can change the shock, how it reacts. More titanium. This is the engine mount where the engine would go. I just don't have the brackets and everything on here. Again, I'm just in the mock-up stage, so the engine would hang off the front there. So there's no engine plate on the bottom of this car no more. Everything's hung off the main rail here. One of the main rails. HBS chain guard. Electronics panel, firewall. A lot nicer. I can remove it without removing a bunch of other stuff. Real nice setup, how they have that done. This steering is a block. I can adjust steering up and down, side to side. It's not bolted to the frame, which is very nice. Radiator front support. I don't have the radiator in yet. Front wing spuds, but it's got it's got X6 style, X6 and X7 style wing spuds, top, rear, and the sides. Seat mount. Car's got a whole lot more room compared to my other car. I mean, it is super comfortable. And yes, I fit in it for how large I am. I actually do fit in it, but it is super comfortable. The other car, I was very cramped. There was like no room whatsoever. This car gives me plenty of room to be comfortable while I'm in there. It's not an issue, but it's just something to get used to, is the cockpit getting in is so much smaller. There's more protection. You really have to squeeze getting in. But once you're in there, there's plenty of room. Now you see this stuff a little bit still dirty. I haven't really cleaned everything up on it. Again, just in the mock-up stage, mocking everything up, fitting everything, making sure everything worked good on it. And then we'll go through and clean every little thing on it. But, I mean, that's it, guys. That is right now where the sprint car sits. Waiting on a couple more parts. We're hoping within the next month or two to have the rest of the parts. I've got all my wings and stuff sitting in the shed. We'll have the rest of the parts. I'll bring the body to the graphics guy. I've got another white body. There's a white body that's going to go on here, and y'all will like the look of this body. It's a really nice body. So it's going to be a white body, white bottom section, and we're going to have a nice wrap for it. And that'll be something to look forward to, but we will not show that until the whole car is done. Once the whole car is done, we'll get it wrapped, graphicked, this and that, and then we'll bring it back out and do a big reveal on it. But right now, again, we're just in the fitment process, mocking everything up. Once everything's done, we'll pull the whole car apart, bring just the bare frame and body down the graphics guy, have him take care of the wrap and this and that, and then we'll start, while he's doing that, we'll start doing other things as far as cleaning stuff up, getting the tires on, put on it, set, and this and that. Same thing like the front. They're all going to be polished aluminum on the front. Same thing the rear. I'm not a big fan of the black on black, so everything will be nice polished aluminum. The tank I am going to leave bare. I do have to do a little bit of touch up on that, but I do like the bare look to it. So I figure with a white car, I don't know if I'm going to do a white wing yet. We haven't decided yet. It also depends too. I got a couple sponsors coming on board with this car, so it kind of depends on what they are looking to do too, what fits their needs. But other than that though, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate the support. Small Engine Nation, check them out every Friday night. They do a live stream almost every Friday night. I don't do a lot of the mower stuff anymore. If you need mower stuff, Stacy Reeves, Go-Karts Gone Fishing, there's a bunch of different people out there. I know I'm missing people. Paul Bear. Check them guys out. Y'all do great videos. I enjoy watching them. They support me. Y'all should go and support them. And that's pretty much it, guys. Y'all have a good weekend. Stay safe. We'll see you next video. Thanks.